Hey, Mexicans. So we're going to be spinning the wheel again to see which country we'll be getting.
Happening all around it.
Frick. Eritrea. Alright, let's switch to the world map. We're just gonna do that in one go. There we go. Hello. So as you can see, we've done Massachusetts, we've done Michigan, and we've done Malawi. Now all we have left is Eritrea. I'm gonna update that list immediately. Effective immediate. But anyway, now we have that updated. We can get to the actual empire forming. You know how the rules work. Countries in red, they're buffed, and yeah. Now, Eritrea will first declare war on Djibouti, as they are their weakest neighbor. And yeah, they don't stand a chance. So yeah, in the peace treaty, Eritrea annexes Djibouti. So now we can either have them increase their. So now we can have them invade Ethiopia, which kind of seems risky in this stage. Then we have Sudan, who, yeah, kind of eh. Or you can increase your strength by invading countries across you. So yeah, let's do that. They declare war on Yemen. They barely are separated by this gulf here. Forgot the name of it. But anyway, they make a landing in this part of Yemen. And they capture pretty much any relevant part of Yemen. Peace treaty time, and they fully annex it. Sounds accurate. Now they'll declare war on Somalia, as they are pretty weak, and they'll take advantage of it. So they push it to Somaliland. To some surprising degree, they don't really rebel, and that's because they're gonna Eritrea might want to annex them anyway. So yeah, not really a good strat. Yeah, they take advantage of a crippled Somalia, and Somalia decides to give anything they want. Anything they want, however, is not all of Somalia, actually. You'd be surprised. They take northern Somalia, as they want to make a longer empire. As for the rest of Somalia, it gets into puppet status. And why did Yemen not get puppet status? Well, because honestly, they felt like ultimating this part of the Middle East into submission. So yeah, now we have a bigger empire here. That begs the question, where else are they going to expand? They'll expand in Saudi Arabia. But, unfortunately, this turns into a bigger war. Ethiopia joins against Eritrea. Then we have, Egypt joining in. Sudan declares war on, Eritrea declares war on Sudan. The South Sudan joins in. And then the rest of the East African Federation joins in. But it's kind of awkward because you think they'd help Ethiopia. But Sudan is helping them. But the problem is that this is erupting into a Middle Eastern war. With Iran and Armenia joining in. I'm joking, I don't really want to erupt into that. But yeah, this is all for the weird sides. And to be honest, on one end, you'd think that Saudi Arabia would win on this end, but then you realize Egypt kind of goes half and half. They go into Saudi Arabia. It's just they're the closest to the capital. They'll be the front runner for that, and they do capture it, along with the Arabian division of the Eritrean Empire, pretty much capturing any border provinces. And yeah, that's not gonna do well for Saudi Arabia. Not only that, but with the East African Federation in this war, and well, yeah, that's not gonna go well. Eritrea pushes in to their advantage. Then they take bits of Sudan. They capture the capital. Egypt pushes in. And yeah, they capture the capital of Ethiopia. Honestly, South Sudan doesn't really want that much land. They will still annex a couple provinces though. But yeah, with that, let's look at this final peace treaty. This is probably going to be a shorter empire video than all the others. So in this peace treaty we have, well, Saudi Arabia loses their southern land, while their northern western coast goes to Egypt. And along with that, they gain Egypt as an ally. Eritea gains Egypt as an ally to monitor the Nile situation. Then we have the Somalian puppet state getting a little bit of Ethiopia, with the rest of Ethiopia and Sudan becoming a puppet state, all in northern Ethiopia and bits of eastern Sudan becoming part of the puppet state, while becoming a part of Eritrea, while northern Sudan becomes a part of Egypt. Then we have portions of Sudan and portions of Ethiopia going to the East African Federation, and the East African Federation also allies with this monstrosity. And as for Saudi Arabia, to everyone's surprise, they're left alone without any puppet state. Though honestly, I can't really say that this area is stable. And they might just end up getting partitioned by their neighbors later on, because this thing lost a bunch of their original cities, with the only two being under Saudi Arabia control as their capital itself and one coastal city. So yeah, Saudi Arabia could look a lot different in the future. But yeah, with that out the way, that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a new video. Peace out.